Woosah. Woosah. Look, I'm just going to tell you guys how it really is, right? And I know there's some people out there that don't want the truth. They don't want to know the truth. They don't understand the philosophy of football. They don't understand the full tenacity of sports in general, right? This team is not going nowhere. And I'm telling you from the bottom of my heart, from the depths of my soul, I'm telling you right now, this team is not going nowhere playing like that. If you require one guy, I'm talking about absolutely one guy to control your whole offense, and that's Ezekiel Elliott, for you to play piss poor like that, and then you talking about one guy on your defense, Sean Lee. For these two guys to be missing, you talking about playing like that, right? And Dak Prescott, I understand what we all saying. This is his sophomore year, and is he going through a sophomore slump? However you want to call it. Yes, you know, that's the truth of everything. And the fish rots from the head down. And Jerry Jones, with his whole situation with the league, whether he's suing the league, whether he's not suing the league, whether he's pushing the allegations towards the league for this and that, and trying to finagle with the salary. We all know what the NFL is all about. And the NFL is not going to give us calls and all this stuff. That's beyond that, you know. This team played like, if the coaching cannot make adjustments, that's what we all been talking about all last week, right? Adjustments, all this week, adjustment. The coach is not able to make adjustments. This coaching staff that we played against, this was his first year. And yes, he got a Hall of Fame, a sure Pro Bowl, or whatever you want to call it, quarterback. But that's beyond it, because the defense showed up just a little bit. But we still don't have playmakers, somebody who can make plays on the ball. And there's so much things that I can go on and on and on and on with. But at the same time, this team right here that we love, that we put our our hard-earned money towards, right? We supposed to be able to get some type of satisfaction from this team, rooting and supporting this team, and this is what we get. And we make excuses after excuses after excuses after excuses, and no other 31 other teams making these same excuses, right? But we always say, well, you know, it takes 5 years for this to happen. It takes 3 years for this to happen. Oh, we missing this type of player, or we missing that type of player. Oh, we don't have this and we don't have that. Come on now. What we supposed to do? Sit back and say, okay, we got to wait for the moons and the stars to align in order for us to win? Other 31 other teams out there making it happen, but we not making nothing happen because of this coaching staff. We're doing the same mundane thing over and over again, and we got no enthusiasm. This team gave up today. And if you're a diehard fan and you like what's going on right now, and you saying relax, LT, or Law Nation, however you want to call me, you telling me to relax? Come on now. How can you relax after seeing something like that? Here I am. This is supposed to be a Thanksgiving game. It's supposed to be Thanksgiving. We gave away a lot of things out there on the field. I'm talking about heart, soul, and passion. But yet and still, there's still those selective fans that are going to be like, the sky's not falling, the moon is still shining, and all this stuff, right? Excuses, making excuses after excuses, where we don't have this, we don't have that. I just saw the Minnesota Vikings play. They're 9-2, right, without their starting quarterback. They had a running back that's injured and gone, and yes, he's not out there. There's no excuses out there for that. It's all about the temperament of your mindset and putting things in the right places. And if you don't have a coach that can be able to make these type of adjustments and make these type of plays out there, then you will have this type of team that's going to be going nowhere. And that's the bottom line. I'm tired. I'm so sick and tired of us making these damn excuses for this team. We putting our hard earned and our passion to get embarrassed like this. Come on now. This is football. But yet and still we have a few people that watch this channel and they're going to say, well, you know, LT or Law Nation, or whatever it may be. You crazy. You insane. You're delusional. But yet and still we power and pump up the other praises of other teams for the ability of them making the right decisions. If this coaching staff this is all what we have out there, this is how we show up on football Sunday, or this is how we show up on a Thursday afternoon, or this is how we show up on a Monday, or whenever we play, whenever we lace them up, and this is what we have. This is the product that we have out there on the field. This is the product of the Cowboys, and the fan base if you guys saying that this is okay, I got land on the moon for you to sell, for me to sell to you, right? Look, a salesman, the whole tenacity, his whole mindset is to sell you the moon is made of cheese. And if you so happen to fly up to the moon and realize that it's just nothing but a hard rock, and you have in a place of nowhere, this is what Jerry Jones have been selling us for all these years. The moon is made of cheese, and we've been eating the cheese, like my guy Vouch Lombardi said, right? All we doing is eating this cheese that the Cowboys product is selling us. And everybody who put on this silver and blue and walk around town and walk around any city and state that you are in with this Cowboy shield and star on your chest, you experiencing the same thing that we experience each and every day. Eating the cheese, the cheese that Jerry Jones has sold to the whole fan base as a product. And we swallowing with it down each and every day. Yes, we know that Stephen Jones is running behind the situation. Yes, we know that the clapping Garrett is running the situation. But I'm going to tell you right now, I got a coach that I want to run this team. That's Jim Harbaugh. Somehow, some way, we need to get a coach that's going to be able to identify himself with the team, identify himself with the players out there in the team, identify himself with life. And not just this mundane coaching that's going over the same product over and over and over and over and over again, and we constantly buying the cheese. I'm going to look back at this film. I didn't see a lot of plays because I was on the road going to a family house to see the rest of this. I'm going to go back and I'm going to look at the rest of this film. But I'm going to tell you, it's the same thing that we saw in the last few weeks. You don't get blown out. A good team don't get blown out 3 games in a row. That's just the bottom line. This team is not even average at best. From what they playing like now, this team is garbage. And I say it to any player that's in the Dallas metro area, you garbage. You can't catch a play. You can't understand. You don't have no type of fire, no type of tenacity about yourself. And you can't play. That's what I tell them. You can't play. At this point, somebody need to tell them, I'm tired of everybody clapping everybody on the back saying you're doing a good job. And when this player come back, this is 2015 all over again. Oh, we'll start winning when Romo gets back. Romo gets back and he get broken up like a cheap pretzel that's out there that's been out in the sun too long. But yet and still we pat each other on the back saying, well, if Romo was to play this game, he would have won. If Romo would have played last week, he would have won. Come on now. All that foolery is crazy. That's what makes us delusional. And yet and still we have the Eagles of the world. They winning. They made the decisions to better their team, better their best. And yet and still we have other teams. I'm not trying to compare teams, but it's just all about what you're doing upstairs, right? That can elevate your team downstairs, and that's the base of your team. And that's the decision that the coaching staff make. This is the decision that the GM make. This is the decision that the owner make. And that's what's going on. But when you try to get into a fight with the NFL, you think you're supposed to be able to get plays? Come on now. This thing is crazy. Now, I support everybody out there who's really supporting the team. But at some point, we got to reach out to the owner and say, hey, man, sit your tail down. This team ain't going nowhere. The way you operating and running this team is not going nowhere. And anybody who's understanding the words that are coming out of my mouth, you got to understand this too as well. Everybody has reasons, right? Like I said before, the results is what matter. And right now, this team is what it is. Like Bill Parcells say, a team, you should know your team by December or by Thanksgiving. And his team is a 5-6 team. This is a below 500 team. This is what they are. I don't care if you're missing 5 or 6 Pro Bowlers or 10 Pro Bowlers, if you're missing 1. This is the identity of the team. No consistency. The wide receivers can't catch the ball. The quarterback can't throw the ball down the field without passing the ball to the opposition. The running back is such a decision from the coaching staff of just not putting in the running backs in the right places, not taking the gambles of picking the running backs out of the free agency, whoever it may be. I'm not saying that you need to go out there and do those things, but if you're not lighting a fire under somebody's tail, then this is what you get. This is the bull sugar league that we getting right now. This is a bull sugar play that we getting. I'm trying to keep it PG-13. You guys know what I mean, right? But that's been my time, guys. I really thank you guys for yours. And I wish I can say that this team is going in the right direction, but they're not. That's been my time. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Salute. I'm out. Peace. Happy Thanksgiving. For what was left.